In today's video, we're covering 5 different art projects, all designed to help you relax, unwind, and enjoy the creative process. Today's video is sponsored by Nordgreen. For a coupon code and to hear lots more about this sustainable Scandinavian brand, stick around. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. My name is Shayda, and today we're talking art to help you relax. We're gonna dive right into 5 little projects, all of them different and simple, that are designed to help you unwind and chill at the end of a long day. With these projects, we're going to focus on the process, and we're not gonna worry about the outcome or doing a good job or getting it right. This is all about getting into the act of drawing and just having fun. Now I'm gonna work in my art journal, which is a little notebook, and I'll be using fine liners and markers, but I would think you could adapt these projects to use any medium that you really love. All of today's projects are relaxing and chill, and so the supplies are pretty simple as well. I'm working in my little art journal from Hadron Epoch. I'll link that notebook in the description. And then I have a bunch of markers, and I do have some alcohol-based markers. These are the Illustrator series from Spectrum Noir, and then I also have some store brand markers from Desir's. That's a Canadian art store. Alcohol-based markers blend really nicely, but they do bleed through the page. I also have my Koi and Faber-Castell markers. Those are water-based or India ink. And then, what else do I have here? My little pencil case. I think I'm going to use some fine liners, probably. You know, I've got Pigma Microns or the Derwent fine liners. Those are just nice to have. They come in handy for a lot of different projects. So if you can, get yourself some good fine liners and a white gel pen. The gel pen is something I go back to again and again, and we'll definitely use it today. So simple enough supplies. Now the first thing we're going to do is work out the color palette for our first project. I have this pretty color from Koi. I will list these colors in the description below, but this is a really nice honey brown that I use for quite a lot of projects. And you can see the beautiful brush tip on the Koi allows me to do these really nice loose leaves. And then I'm also using this apricot color from Faber-Castell, and I'm going to work out a smaller leafy design for that one. So the first project is just a page full of leaves. These are supposed to be simple, and they're supposed to help you relax. So it's all about the brush strokes. It's not about the finished product. You're just doing something to chill, to unwind after work, and to spend a little creative time with yourself. So you can see, especially with the Koi brush marker, I'm able to run the brush across the page and make these beautiful leaf shapes. And then I use just the point of the brush to do the delicate stems and branches in between. So I'm really able to kind of get a feel for the marker, and this one is like all about the motion, and you can kind of get lost in that a little bit. What I'm doing is moving around the page and just adding these fairly large branches and leaves, and leaving space in between. So then once I'm happy with those, I'll come back with the smaller Faber-Castell brush pen, the apricot color, and I'm going to place these tinier branch or leaf designs. And I think having 2 different colors looks really nice, and also a contrast of size is a good idea. You know, do one leaf that's a little larger and the other color work a little smaller, and just play, you know, just have fun with this. Let go a little bit. Basically what we're doing here is making a pattern, and it comes together with 2 colors and 2 different leaf designs. But other than that, you really don't have to think about it too much. You do all the prep work up front, deciding on your shapes and colors. And then when you finally put marker to page, it's just a little bit of relaxation, enjoyment. You can kind of step back from the piece as you finish it. You might add another leaf here and there, but that's all there is to it. Have fun with that one. Okay, I'm quite pleased with that. That's just a fun little pattern piece for my art journal. Now what I want to do is create some silhouettes here, some simple silhouettes. So I'm actually going to flip the page, and for this next one, we'll work in landscape. Our next project also starts with a color palette, and you want to think about two colors that are low in contrast but have enough contrast that there is some difference. I'm using a chisel tip alcohol-based marker in a really light pink, and then I'm layering this apricot color on top. So they're not super different, but there's enough contrast that it's going to look interesting. And this is so simple. We're going to block out two rectangles on the page, really messy style, just have fun with that. And then we're going to do a botanical silhouette on top of each colorful rectangle or each color block. And you can see here, I'm just kind of making mine up as I go along. You could do it in pencil first, but remember, this is art to relax. Try not to overthink it. I know that's hard, but it is something that you can work on and practice, kind of making art that's a little more free and kind of free of the anxiety of getting it right. It's a tricky thing to kind of wrap your head around and to do in practice, but once you get there, it's really fun to be like, this journal is just for me to experiment in, and I don't need to make art that is perfect or that is, drawn well. So have a bit of fun. Let go. There's mine all done. I erased everything and it looks really pretty and simple, and I love those blush peaches and pinks together. So I still have 3 more projects to share with you, but I'm popping in to say thank you to Nordgreen for sponsoring today's video. Nordgreen is the maker of beautiful timeless watches. I'm wearing one right now. They're a Scandinavian brand with really sleek, minimal, and timeless design. I've had my watch for over a year, and it's the watch I wear every day. I do have other watches, but I think there's just something about the timeless elegance of this piece that I really love, and it's always the watch I want to wear. I think you'll really enjoy checking out their site. They do all these different combinations where you can order different straps and stuff, so check it out. And of course, I have a coupon code for you. You can get 15% off with code Shayda, so check out their website. And I also think you'll be really interested to know that they are a very sustainable and ethical brand. They're actually carbon neutral, which means they plant enough trees to actually offset their own carbon emissions. I think that's amazing. And their packaging is also FSC certified, and they use a lot of upcycled water bottles. So they're really keeping up. And I know when I'm doing online shopping, that's the kind of stuff that I'm really looking for, is that I'm not gonna get a big plastic bag and all this packaging when I receive my purchase. I really don't like that. And Nordgreen is really good for sustainable packaging. I love my Nordgreen watch, and I am so pleased to be sponsored by this ethical brand. Do a little shopping on their website and use coupon code Shayda to get 15% off your purchase. Next project, our third one, we've done a 2-page spread there with the pattern and the silhouettes. I'm actually going to flip back in my journal a couple pages, clip that down so I don't have to hold the page while I draw. And then for this one, you can do any color palette you like. We're going to do, oh gosh, what would I call this? A pattern landscape. We're basically going to block out 2 random shapes. So think about some colors you like the look of together. I'm doing this peachy baby pink and a warm gray, of course. I really like that as a color combination. And we're just going to work out 2 very organic shapes that look nice together. Think of drawing like 2 beans or something flat on the page. And you're just making a backdrop for the larger illustration. Now what I want to do is create that larger illustration, and for me, I'm going to draw a cactus. You could draw anything here. It could be a house plant, it could be a different cactus, you could do a floral, a botanical silhouette, so just keep it simple. You can see I'm using my brush marker to just do this very basic cactus shape, kind of working it out as I go along. It sits on top of my color blocking. And now I've got this really simple illustration, but that is kind of punchy and fun, and it's chill to draw. I decided I would layer a little bit of gel pen on top of the brown, just I'm making these decisions as I go, kind of thinking what would be fun, what would look nice. This is fun to just run the gel pen along the illustration and kind of build up a little bit of texture there. Then I decided I would add a sun, and I'm constantly considering the color palette. For me, art to relax is all about color and pattern. It's not about the finished form or the actual drawing. So here I'm adding burgundy and peach, a little bit of pattern and texture, and it kind of all comes together to create this fun little art journal illustration. It's simple, but it's fun and relaxing to create. Okay, our fourth project isn't all that different from the pieces of art we've created so far. We're going to use alcohol-based markers or any markers to create a color swatch, so 3 colors that look really nice together. And then we'll use our white gel pen to do a simple illustration. So here I'm starting with a periwinkle color on top. Then I am using a warm gray, kind of a medium gray, and a dark gray. I like the way these 3 colors look together. Test it out ahead of time if you want to, or just experiment on the page. But you're creating a backdrop with this color blocking or color swatch. And then when you know it's dry, I just let mine sit for 2-3 minutes. And then we are going to use that white gel pen to just do a very simple illustration. So draw something here that you're comfortable with. You can follow along with mine. I'm doing this really loose jar illustration. Then you just place a few lines going every which way. And of course, each line is turned into a flower or some sort of botanical. I'm just adding leaves. I'm going to add some little petals here and do like a daisy, but keep it simple. If there's an illustration that you like to draw, just enjoy drawing that. This is all about the color and about the simplicity of the illustration. If you're looking to give the artwork in your art journal a little bit of polish, you can always add a title, maybe a signature, the date. That's just a great way to finish off a little drawing and make it look so sophisticated. Okay, last project. This one is maybe going to look like the most involved, but I actually think it's the most fun and relaxing to create because it does take a while to do. So what we're going to do is create a pattern. You've probably seen me do stuff like this on the channel before. Start with one color and a single shape. So I'm doing a light purple spiky flower. Do a couple of those and then we'll switch it up. Let's do a second flower or a leaf. For this one, I've started with a honey brown stamen and I'm using a beautiful burgundy to create these petals, these long petals like of a daisy or black-eyed Susan. Then I'm using a third or fourth color to add stems and leaves. So I think you can see how this comes together. We're going to think about color, we're thinking about shape. Everything is really loose and really free, and you just go along. Add one flower, then another, then maybe a leaf or another flower, and every time you're thinking about the color and thinking about doing a flower that's a different shape or a different size. Think about size. You want some items to be smaller and some to be larger. So you're getting a pattern emerging that's made up of all these different shapes, all these different sizes, all these different colors, and it's just really fun. This can take 20 minutes or this can take an hour, depending how much time and effort you put in. And as I said, it looks quite involved, but creating this is kind of like putting together a puzzle. It's hard to mess up and it's really chill and enjoyable to create. So have fun with it and let go. Have I said that enough? I think I have. As the page fills in, you'll notice me just adding another leaf or flower wherever I may need one. It's super fun and relaxing to kind of fill out the whole page and see the pattern come together. I love the way that turned out with those warm autumn colors. And let's take a quick look through. We did our cactus. This is about form and color, super simple. Then we have our leaves. That's all about the brush strokes, the act of drawing. Silhouettes are very similar. And then our little vase, that's just all about the color. And of course, our little illustration and the pattern. The pattern is so great to just dig in and get lost in it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll find these art projects relaxing and chill. Remember, if you're shopping on the Nordgreen site, use coupon code Shayda for 15% off. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon with a new tutorial.